To ArenaNet's credit, these types of blog posts are actually very valuable to the community. I wish they did more of them. I wish we had monthly blog posts from this studio, especially if it's written like this one. It doesn't always need to include teasers and everything, but for the most part, this kind of communication gives the community exactly what they want. The first half of this blog post is them talking about their troubles with these new expansions. Even though I have typically highlighted the negative aspects in some of my videos, there were good things that happened in both Secrets of the Obscure and in Jantheir Wilds, and I have highlighted those aspects as well. For the most part though, out of this entire blog post, there are a few things that are being addressed that I have brought up personally multiple times. They talk about finding the right rhythm and building content that is more dense and valuable instead of just pumping out an update that has nothing in it. So making the update more meaningful, right? And that is a good thing. That's what we want to see. When a patch drops, we want to be able to play it. They talk about content density, which is the main issue. Mistburn Barrens has nothing in it, and the final map, Bavanisos, has nothing in it. We need content density, we need event density, we need to be able to replay these maps and stick with these expansion maps for extended periods of time. So what that is it needs to have good reward structures. I don't know if ArenaNet sees any of my content, but in terms of feedback, the reward structures need to be good. And I know that they're looking at reward structures because they mention it down here. When they're talking about raid challenges, when they're talking about convergence challenges, when they're talking about strike missions, they talk about being more approachable and being more rewarding to return to. Now, I hope this doesn't mean return to achievements like similar to the Age of Dragons or Seasons of the Dragon style quests, which if they added those, that would be great. I'm not gonna hate on it. They talk about unifying raids and strikes into a more consistent structure and reworking parts of the UI and streamlining rewards. That is the important thing right here, this aspect. I have talked about raid reward restructuring for a long time now. If you want some copium, here's your copium. If we get a break from the weekly logout for raids, that's going to be big. What I would like to see with this streamlining rewards is having all of the cosmetic high-end infusions tied in with raid rewards. Not necessarily like a pity system, but make, a confetti infusion or a chalk egg sack infusion, have it be worth like 3,000 LI. So make the raids daily, make all of the strike rewards daily, and give us high-end cosmetic items in the raid rewards. I think that would change the raiding scene entirely because a lot of end-game players, a lot of veteran players, they do infusion hunting, and especially if you make these tradable, if you make them sellable on the trading post, that is going to be big because you're going to end up introducing a gold sink because of the trading post tax, but you're also going to make a lot of people happy because a lot of these infusions are basically unattainable at this point, and they will be unattainable in the event Guild Wars is being kind of sundown. They don't mention any of that, and we're not dooming in this video. As far as a sustainable way of getting those end game infusions, I think tying them to raid rewards would be huge. And I think that the raid scene right now is small enough, at least on NA, that if it was a daily reward structure that you could go in and you can get LI every day from these raids, it would revitalize the scene if there are rewards like that to work towards. People would be grinding raids every day. They'd be doing full clears every day. Just as a bonus, Ritualist and Paragon, everybody was kind of already speculating these. I don't have anything to say about them. They're both cool specs. It all depends on how they get implemented. But that's all I have for this. I just wanted to pump out a real quick video. I'm not going to milk it past 8 minutes. I'm not going to farm you guys with this slop. Everybody's already read it. I wanted to put my thoughts out and what I felt was most important from this blog post. The idea that they are looking at rewards restructuring for raids and strike missions is big, and I hope they do more than just currency consolidation. They absolutely have to change some of the fundamental things in raids for the lockouts and for the actual rewards that you can get. And when they say make it more meaningful to return to, that is what I'm expecting. Put some high-end stuff in there to give people that carrot to want to raid. As a infusion collector myself, I know it would definitely bring me back to the scene. But yeah, all right, I'm going to end this before it gets too long. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.